Here we start to get introduced to question words such as кто, где. We have more opportunity to practice rolling R's, more practice with the letter U. Hello and welcome to Lesson 5, Russian and Duolingo. Let's do it together. I'm your native speaker. My name is Yana and I will be here doing these lessons with you. Please feel free to leave a comment if you have a question. Please like and subscribe and share and do all this good stuff. Let's jump right into a lesson. Той. Another great exercise for us to practice. Hear the difference between the sound A and sound O. Tai. Той, the funny looking letter at the end of both of these words, letter combination called I краткая in Russian alphabet, but in words it's actually pronounced as Y. So if we would be rehearsing Russian alphabet would be I and next go I краткая, but when we speak it sounds Y. Tai, той, toy. And it actually sounds exactly like the English word toy, like a kid's toy, dog's toy, cat's toy. So, той. Svetlana is a doctor. Means Svetlana, doctor.
Svetlana, doctor.
Great opportunity for us to practice our rolling R's. Doctor. How I pronounce R, just put the tip of my tongue at the top palate and relax it. So, kind of as you let in the sound out, R, you just kind of like flopping in the wind. Doctor. R. Hope that helps. I know rolling R's can be pretty challenging to nail. If you're a Spanish speaker, you're probably nailing this, like no problem. But for English speakers, I can imagine it can be a challenge. But you know what? You're gonna get it though. Don't even worry about it. Doctor, Svetlana, doctor. In Russian, we don't really use the particles like she is a. We just Svetlana, doctor. That's it. Simple. Lovely. Mwah.
Юлия.
Юлия, улей. It's a funny looking letter. U sounds just like English word you. I always find it's funny that they would put these two words together, but I guess it is kind of tricky to distinguish between these two sounds. Юлия versus улей. And I guess the combination of the first letter U and I краткая at the end makes it harder to distinguish. Юлия, улей. But in this case, it's Юлия.
Юлия.
Is this Victor? Means это Victor?
Это Виктор.
And because there is no question mark, we have to purely rely on intonation in this case. Это Victor could be a statement or it could be a question. And this is not the case in English language. Is this Victor? Even without a question mark, we know just purely from our knowledge of the grammar that that means a question. Is this Victor? But in Russian, это Victor could be a statement. This is Victor versus это Victor? Is this Victor? It's a little bit tricky and it's a little bit interesting that they don't provide the question marks here because it's a big difference and это Victor might as well be a statement. In this particular case, we translated is this Victor means это Victor? Question mark.
Вара.
Vara, vora. Another great opportunity for us to practice rolling R's. Tip of the tongue on top. Relax it, let it out. R, let it flop in the wind. R, vara, vora, va. Ra, vora. Yes, I'm Mark means da, я Mark.
Да, я Марк.
Different from English. In Russian, we don't use the particles of am. It's just я Mark, я Яна, да, я Яна, да, я Mark. How simple is that? Да, я Mark, да, я Яна. Yes, I'm Mark. He is not a captain, meaning он не капитан.
Он не капитан.
It's helpful to see how similar the word captain in English and kapitan in Russian is. So if you can distinguish this, you're so much more closer to be fluent in Russian. Он капитан, он не капитан, я не капитан. А ты капитан? Where is she? Где она?
Где она?
Here we start to see that Duolingo introduces us to words that help us to identify that this is a question. So где она, also in Russian language, we like to put words in different order and it will still mean the same thing. For example, где она, if in Russian we put it она где, it's still the same question. If you hear it in conversational language, она где, он где, они где, it still means the same thing. Where is she? Where is he? Where are they? Who is here means кто здесь? And we can see many more words introduced to us that help us identify the question in a sentence. Кто здесь? Who means кто, and здесь is here. Here is здесь. Кто здесь? Is Yulia a politician? In Russian would be simply Yulia politic.
Юлия, политик.
I wish they had a question mark here because it might as well be a statement Yulia politic versus Yulia politic. In this particular case, is Yulia a politician translates Yulia politic? Question mark. I'm not a pilot means я не пилот.
Я не пилот.
Simple statement. I means я. The particle не, пилот, and pilot sound very similar to Russian word pilot. Just like captain, капитан, pilot, pilot. Fantastic. I'm not a pilot. Я не пилот. Are you a musician? Translates to Russian simply as ты музыкант?
Ты музыкант.
And here we have plenty of opportunities to practice our letter E. It's definitely a tricky one. What helps me to pronounce the letter E, I place my tongue on the bottom palate and keep the sound at the throat. Ты музыкант. With practice, you're just gonna be nailing it like a native Russian speaker. Okay, so ты музыкант? Question mark. Is Mark a coach? In Russian, simply Mark тренер.
Марк тренер.
Just because we know it's a translation from is Mark a coach, we know that Mark тренер means a question. By just looking at it, it could be a statement, but we know it's a question. Mark тренер, practice your rolling R's. Mark тренер, tip of the tongue goes up, relax it, let it out. R, r, тренер, тренер. You're gonna get it. Keep practicing. Тренер. You are my friend means ты мой друг.
Ты мой друг.
You is ты, my, мой. It's kind of similar. My, мой. Мой, friend, друг. Here we have and a practice of the letter Y and a practice of the rolling R. Plenty of practice. Ты мой друг. Ты мой друг. You are not my dad. Ты не мой папа.
Ты не мой папа.
Are you a cook? In Russian, it goes as ты повар?
Ты повар.
Question mark. Remember this vara, vora, повар. Practicing y in the word ты, practicing r in the word повар. He is a psychologist. In Russian, simply gonna go as он психолог.
Он психолог.
And in Russian language, often, just like probably in any other language, some letters pronounced differently from how they sound standalone. So for example, in the word psycholog, the last letter g actually sounds like k when we're saying it psycholog, but written with a g. Here we are, finished lesson 5. Here we start to get introduced to the question words such as кто, где. We have more opportunity to practice rolling R's, r. The trick that I use is to put the tip of my tongue at the top palate and relax it and let the sound flow at the top of your mouth. R, r. Plenty of words to use it with, such as повар, тренер. So practices, vara, vora, good exercise. More practice with the letter Y. They're difficult, okay? They're difficult to pronounce. Y, r, it sucks, okay? Please don't feel bad if they don't come naturally to you. You're absolutely gonna get it. It just comes with practice, but the best thing that I can think of is to try to use them in the actual words, not just standalone letters. Using it in a word such as ты, вы, мы, музыкант. I have all the confidence in the world that with practice, you absolutely gonna get it. And we're gonna conquer the letter U and the letter R and all of this other very tricky ones in Russian language together. So feel free to leave a comment if you have a question. Please like and subscribe and share. And I'll see you in the next lesson. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Good luck, удачи, and see you soon. Пока!